Hello, my beautiful souls, and how are you today? Happy Lunar New Year. Why was that so hard to think of all of a sudden? Anywho, happy Lunar New Year. I don't know where my brain just went, but she was like, I'm going over here, all right? So, first of all, the message that came through this morning was, no, your life is not over. It is just beginning. And it brought me to this beautiful point of it is a lunar new year, which means we're moving into the year of the horse. We're leaving the snake behind and we're moving into the year of the horse. And the horse has that tendency of take charge, go after things. It's the chariot, it's the leader of the chariot, right? The horse gets you to places. The horse goes places. The snake lets things go. She sheds, she releases, she moves swiftly on the ground. She's able to get to places as well. But at the same time, she's still working through the shadows. She's going through the shadows. However, the horse, she's like that golden chariot. She's like the thing that runs. I keep seeing like visions of horses running on the beach, right? And that's exactly what this year could be. However, we still gotta work on some things, okay? We gotta let some things go, for sure. The stuff that happened in 2025 wasn't meant to take you apart. It was meant to put you on a path and a direction that you are meant to be on. It was meant to show you things, and it was meant to help you release the last parts of the life that no longer serves you, so that you're ready for the life that you have been manifesting for the last few years, since 2022, since 2020. They stopped me there, right? Since 2020, you have been working on to manifest this life. And here's the thing. If you're watching this, you are probably the person that kept going, even though all the obstacles were in your way, even though obstacles kept popping up left and right, right? So, without further ado, today's episode is a pretty good one. We're going to go into learning how to forgive, even how to set your own goals. I love setting goals at the beginning of January, but sometimes I refresh them in February because I like to follow that the new year, where I just feel like everything is actually working out. January, I get to see things, and then February, I really get to put in my goals, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and then we're going to go into really just how we can work this year and how we can do a manifesting year, a horse year, whatever spirit is wanting to bring up right now. Because right now, the messages that have been coming in are amazing. So we're just going to go with the flow today, right? We're just going to go with the flow. Let's see what comes up, okay? So, hi, I am Brie. I am a shaman practitioner and a teacher, as well as a spiritual coach. I am the creator of the Unlock Your Intuition Within, a Reiki practitioner, and soon a BA in behavioral health science. So, welcome, and without further ado, let's get to healing. Okay, first things first, I want you to take a moment and I want you to write down every single thing that happened in 2025. The things that you are wanting to leave behind, the stuff that you don't want to take with you into 2026. We're going to write that down on a piece of paper, and I want you to really look at it and find the biggest thing that you need to forgive. So I had a client, and it was really interesting. We're sitting there, we were working on illumination therapy, and we kept hitting this snag. And I asked her, I said, what in the world is going on? And she goes, I don't want to let it go. And I said, why? Why don't you want to let it go? And she goes, because if I let it go, then it's as if it never happened. If I forgive, then it's as if it never happened. Okay. So immediately I went, I had to pause, right? I was like, okay, let me pause for a second. Let me look at that, because something is obviously coming up right there. So we stopped and we paused and we looked into it. And her guys laughed and they said, well, isn't that beautiful? And so I told her, right? I was like, isn't that beautiful? Your guys are saying, isn't that beautiful? She goes, how is that beautiful if it never happened? And the thing is, that means you get to have a clean slate. You can write the story that you wanted to happen now. You get to write the story. You are in charge. It's as if you're taking the power away from that story. You're giving it back to whatever place, person, thing, whatever. You're giving it back to them and you're taking your own power back. It's as if you're finally saying, this no longer has a hold over me. I'm letting it go and I'm moving on. That's exactly what you're doing right there. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that absolutely beautiful? Doesn't that just do something for you? Doesn't that just say, welcome to your new life? So here, I'm going to give you an example. So, of course, I'm going to pull from my own life because it's better than pulling just from my clients, right? Some of my clients give me permission to talk about certain things, and I like to still respect that, their privacy as well. So let me pull from my own personal experience and explain. As we probably all know, I listened to somebody else's intuition. People that I thought were my friends, people that I thought had my back, and turns out they didn't. Very long story short, it's ended up in me finally listening to my own intuition, stepping into my gifts fully, learning that I had a beautiful gift in shadow healing. I could walk into people's shadows and didn't even realize I was doing it, which was in the long shot triggering somebody else, which we all know also that triggers, right? They're there for a reason. Anywho, and it helped me create the Unlock Your Intuition Within course. So it created something beautiful in the long run. But in that moment, it was ugly. It was horrible. It felt like my entire life was falling apart. It felt like every single thing that I had done was a lie. I learned so many things about them creating lies about me, saying that I was doing things that I wasn't doing. And it created all of this stuff in a huge drama triangle, right? Well, I worked through healing it. And then last year, something came up. I was like, I thought I was done with this. And Spirit said, no. You've got one more lesson with this. One more. And something came up and I learned a lot of truths. A lot of things. About that particular person and those particular people, and I just learned a lot of backstories, and it really hit the point of sometimes Spirit knows about the conversations that are happening behind closed doors, and that is why the universe, Spirit, God pushes those people out of your lives. It may not look pretty, but it happens, right? And it gave me a pause. And I stopped and I went back into my shadows and I worked on that shadow work. And as I was sitting there, I said, well, I don't want this story anymore. You know what Spirit said? Finally. Thank you. Let's let it go. But I had held on to that story so hard that it had become a part of my identity. It had become a part of something that I was creating, right? And I needed to let it go. And I said, I'm done. I'm so done. Now, that story is my empowerment. That story, what that person did to me, and that I listened to them, which I essentially, right? We know that nothing's really done to us, that we all have free will, right? And so essentially I listened. All of that, I took the power back. I said, this person doesn't deserve any of that, right? Come back to me. Come back. And I created a new story with it. I created a new path with it. And I'm still doing that. And I'm still creating something new. And there's still little things that have come up here and there. And that's fine. Let them come up. Let them. Just as my client was healing these parts in her life, these stories, she learned to let them go. She learned to create something beautiful. She learned to create something new. And she learned that if you just continue to hold on to all of that, you're never going to create the life that you truly want. You're going to keep going in those circles, in those cycles. And this is the year that you can truly have everything that you want. It truly is. This is a beautiful year where things are being manifested. Stuff is happening a little bit faster. There's lots happening around the world, right? There's so much that's happening around the world that is actually beautiful. Spirit recently turned my phone off. It was really funny. I was scrolling through TikTok and I was going down a doom scroll of some kind, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is happening here? And all of a sudden my phone turned off. And I sat there for a minute because I was like, I need my phone. I work for my phone, right? It's how my clients get a hold of me. It's how I can see my schedule. Bring my phone back. It's how I do my marketing. Like, can you bring my phone back, please? And Spirit said, no, you need a break. And that's fine. Because your clients will still be there. Your work will still be there. Stuff will still happen. But you need to step away. You need to step away from whatever you're watching right now because it's bringing your energy down. So I spent a whole entire day away from my phone and with my daughter, right? Because what better way to do that? When I came back to my phone the next day and I opened up TikTok, it was a whole different algorithm. It was no longer the doom. In fact, what I saw was a lot of beautiful things happening in other parts of the world. And even here, when I opened up my phone, there was a peace walk happening with monks. There were monks going on a peace walk. When I opened up my phone again, I saw people coming together. When I opened up my phone again and I looked at Facebook, I saw a lady rescuing a bunch of dogs. All of a sudden I realized in that couple of minutes when I changed the story of there's so much negative going around, something positive started happening. So it is true. You can tune your brain to see only positive or only negative. There for that little bit of time, I was only seeing negative because every time I opened up TikTok, every single video was something negative. Have you ever been on TikTok and you notice that all your videos are kind of the same as you're scrolling down and you're going, what in the world? Why? For a while, I had videos that were just about movies, like a bunch of different movies, right? But these movies all had something in common. And that's the beautiful thing. Spirit will always find ways to talk to us. All of these movies that I was seeing on my TikTok, like my For You page, all had to do about healing. I can't remember what movie it is, but it had to do, he healed, he worked through stuff, he created beautiful music. I don't know why the name of the movie is not coming up, but it honestly, it always brings me to tears. It always gives me goosebumps. I love that movie, and I cannot for the life of me think of the name right now, and that's okay because apparently that's not important. But what's important is Spirit was trying to show me that there's still beautiful things in this world, that there are amazing, wonderful things in this world. When I started tuning my brain back to that and I started working on my mind, I also started seeing more videos of that, right? My shaman, that I took the shaman practitioner course from, she started making hope videos, and I saw that. One of my friends created a video of something beautiful that she got to go do, and I was like, that was the first thing that I saw. All these things started popping up on my For You page, and I didn't see anything ugly at all for like weeks on end until I had a thought, and then all of a sudden there it was again. And it's like Spirit's trying to say, hey, look, do you see what I'm saying? Do you see how your mind can show you and trick you into seeing only the negative or only the positive? Now, we all know we cannot stay positive 24/7 because that's actually toxic as well. But your mind truly creates your reality. And I can fully say that as somebody who's graduating this year with her behavioral health and science, bachelor's of science in behavioral health, that your brain is a very strong tool. It is. There's so much that goes on up here, as well as your chakras. Your brain has the ability to keep you in fight or flight. It has the ability to trick you into believing that something is real when it's really not. It's that adrenaline goes up to your brain and says, whoo, hold on. It's the thing that puts you straight into, okay, now I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this, into like what I like to call mom mode, right? And then later on, you're exhausted because everything finally calms down, slows down, and you have a second to take a breath. Your brain is so powerful. And this year, I want you to challenge yourself to use your brain to help you. Use it to be the thing that helps you and not debilitates you. It's not going to be the thing that brings you down. Work on coming out of fight or flight. Why do I say this? Well, because we still have so much that's going to happen this year. We still have so many things that we're going to see and some things that we're going to go through. You know, I think the reason why I stayed in fight or flight for so long is because of the fact that I am able to see this, but also I had to learn how to run that through my brain, right? I had to learn how to register it in my brain, allow it to process, allow it to work through all of the things that it needed to work through. And then I had to learn how to meditate again. True story. True story. Because every time I went into meditation, I went right back into fight or flight. I didn't go into my safe space. So I had to teach myself how to meditate again. But that's beautiful because the way that I meditate now is nothing like the way I used to meditate. It's 100% different because I'm not the person I was before. The same thing will be said for you. You might let certain things go. You might notice that you're not drawn to the same spiritual things that you were before. You might notice that you're drawn to different spiritual things or different healing. Maybe you notice that something keeps popping up for you and you're going, I've never thought about that. There's a wolf sanctuary here that I really want to go to. And at first I thought it was that I was supposed to host a retreat there. And then like a spiritual retreat. And then slowly I learned that it was for me. That's fine. Not every single thing has to be just for my clients. I love you guys. But some things can be just for me. And that specific thing was just for me. Was showing up so that I knew where I could go to let some things go. I haven't gone yet. I'm hoping to go this summer, actually. So fingers crossed. I have to get into a place where I can be okay with Everly staying the night with somebody else. That's the only thing that stands in the way with that part. But that's okay. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just a mom thing. That's a big mom thing. That's a trust thing as well. But I know that you went through a lot, right? In 2025, you shedded a lot. So now January came around and you made all these goals. And if you're like me, you made all these goals. You got super excited. You got started on them and then something happened. So for example, I got bronchitis. Spirit literally said, I'm going to slow you down because you've got to finish letting this go, right? What I had let go and shed in 2025 still needed to process and shed through January. Because the new year, they say truly begins tomorrow, which will be February 17th. So they say that's when the new year truly starts. That's when the year of the horse begins. So I had to continue to process and let go through January as well. And that's fine. It brought me to a stop It brought me to a halt. I couldn't make any videos. I actually had to reschedule clients because I couldn't even breathe. I was like, how can I heal people? How can I help them heal if I can't breathe? I'm having to use an inhaler just to get like steady breaths going in. But there's something beautiful about breath as well. The message is there, right? There's something so beautiful about breath. We take it for granted. We breathe every single day and we take it for granted, but we don't slow our breathing down. We don't stop and go, okay, right? That feels so good just to do that. Breathing is so important, and it's something that we do take for granted because it's there. It's there. We do it without even thinking. But when you meditate, you think about breathing because you take those deep breaths as well. Those right? Now, if you're somebody that can watch vibrations, if you can see vibrations, watch. See if you notice something different, right? So I'm talking about things, I'm filling you in. Maybe I'm getting a little bit stressed or something. And then I go, did you see it? Did you see it let go? Did you see the energy move? Did you feel the calm washing over me? Did you see it? Watch again. Okay? This is going to be a little learning how to read energy kind of thing for you. So again, we're talking, maybe getting stressed out, bringing my energy up, right? Maybe I'm getting excited about something. I'm talking to you about something. And then see it? Try it. Pause me and try it. If you're listening to this on the podcast, then go ahead and just try it and see how you feel. I do this a lot during the day now. A lot, because I realize that taking those deep intentional breaths are super important. So now we go back to the beginning of January. You created your goals. You got things going. You were so excited about it. Sir, don't bark at people. Thank you. You got excited about it. You were in this momentum, and then something made you come to a halt. I want you to take a look at those goals that you created at January, and I want you to work through them. I want you to be very intentional about them. Work through them. What are goals that now you feel like you are going to just let go? And that's fine. If your goals have changed since the beginning of January, that's okay. That means that you finally let go of something that was no longer serving you, and you're now ready for the thing that you've been wanting, the manifesting, the new life, the you that you've been wanting to be, whatever it is, okay? Or maybe you're just wanting to up level your life. You're like, but I love my life. Okay, cool. Maybe you still had to let something go, and that goal is not going to serve who you are, okay? It's not there anymore. It's not the thing that is going to make you go boing and want to get up in the morning, right? So take a look at those goals. Now, I crossed out a few of my goals, and what I did is I took paper and I wrote out a goal per paper, and then I wrote down the actions that I was going to take and the things why I wanted this goal to happen. What was the reason for me writing this goal down in the first place? Why is it so important to me? And how is it going to serve my family, serve me, serve my community, serve my clients? Like, how is it going to be something that is absolutely fulfilling in my life? Okay? That is the key I feel like some people miss. They'll put their goal down, they'll put the action down, but then they don't put the reasoning down, the purpose, the how is this going to fulfill my life, my purpose, my reason for being? How is this going to be the thing that gets me up in the morning? How is it going to do all of those, right? Now, I'm a huge visual person. What I did for each paper, so I just bought a journal and I wrote, and then on one side, I just went on Pinterest or Canva or wherever, and I clipped out pictures that went with that goal. So let's say I have a goal to travel to Carlsbad, right? I want to take us to Carlsbad for a holiday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down my goal for Carlsbad. I'm going to write down the action. Okay, I'm going to probably need to save such and such money. I'm going to need to set aside time, make sure there's someone to watch the animals, make sure that's taken care of. Maybe even talk to somebody about it so that I don't back out of it, because that's something I really want to go do. And then I'm going to write down the reasoning why I want to go do that. So why do I want to go to Carlsbad? Because I want to go to the ocean. I want to visit. I miss the ocean. The ocean is a part of me. I miss being around water. Arizona is very landlocked. I want to be able to just experience this with my daughter as well. And I feel like there's a piece of healing that is meant for me in Carlsbad. There's always been something about Carlsbad, California that has always called me there. There's always been something. I almost moved there when I was going to go to when I ended up going to South Carolina instead. So there's always been something there. So I'm going to put that part down as well. And then, I might even say like stuff about my, like spending the time with my daughter, right? Experiences that I create with my daughter. Just keep going and letting it flow out. And then I'm going to find pictures of Carlsbad, maybe the hotel we're going to stay at, or a restaurant we might go to, the beach, a picture of the Carlsbad. There's like a Carlsbad like sign, right? Like stuff like that. I'm going to clip all of that stuff out, and then I glue it on this side, and the writing is over here. It's a beautiful thing to go back to, but if you're anything like me, I like to have my goals split out like that. And then of course my business goals. So I'm going to have my pictures here with my business goals for the year, home goals, whatever. Take some time, take a day out of it and do it. Make it spiritual, turn on music, have a beautiful setup of like snacks and a yummy drinks that you like to have. Like I love those Ollie Pops. So I might have a few of those around. Just make it a day, right? It's a part of your own journey. And when you make it into a day, you're putting it out into the universe that this is important to you as well. So you're already putting that out into the universe that this is something that is important to me, right? Now we go back into 2025. So before you even go back into your goals and do this, I want you to go back into 2025, and I want you to forgive those parts of you that need to be forgiven, those people, places, things. But then I want you to look at the things that happened in 2025 that were beautiful. We're going to pull the recognizing all these areas that were actually truly beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, because these things happen, and it can be big or small. So for example, I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at the fact that my daughter and I got on a train. It was so cool. And we rode the train to the Grand Canyon. We got to see the Grand Canyon. We walked around the Grand Canyon. We went hiking through Flagstaff. We went to a deer farm. Got to live out our Disney princess, like, love that, right? All those things that we got to do. That's something that I got to do with my daughter. We created those core memories. She carries around the little deer. It's important to her. That's her deer. She has to sleep with it. She cannot go to bed unless she has that with her. Her little stuffed deer that I got her. So even if you didn't do something like that, and let me tell you something, that didn't cost me much, because I had credits for the hotel. I think I ended up spending maybe $500 tops between one hotel we had credits for, the other hotel I did have to pay for, and then food and gas. It wasn't an expensive trip, and the train tickets. So it actually was something that was very affordable, very much within the budget. It didn't cost me a lot of money, and it was very important to our summer. It was something that we did, just the two of us, nobody else, right? Even so, there's other things. Maybe you spent a day with your family. Maybe you called in sick and spent a day with your family. Been there, done that, okay? What do you think I'm doing today? Yeah? Everly's down there taking a nap. I called in sick. Actually, I had one client today, and I rescheduled her, and we're just hanging out, just the two of us. And it's beautiful and it's wonderful. And then we've done all the girly things, and we've done the tea time and all that stuff. This is a beautiful memory to remember when 2027 comes around, right? I knew that she needed a break. She was getting a little emotional. Toddlers need a break too, okay? She needed a break. I had one client that I knew that if they would be willing to move, and even so, I would still be able to work out that session with them because it's a reading session, so I could still do it when she was taking a nap. I can still do work when she's taking a nap. So I'm not fully calling in sick, but still. And we still got to spend some time together. And she got some time away. She got to spend time with mommy, which is something that I could feel she was needing. It's a beautiful memory to take with you. So go back and look at those memories. Go back and look at those things. What you're doing is you're building up a confidence for yourself, but you're also building it up to the universe that you're ready for the year of the horse, right? You're going to take action on things, whether it's creating your very first YouTube video or opening up an Etsy store or going onto Shopify and opening up your Shopify store, whatever that is, you're going to take action on that. But I also want you to go back and look at the beautiful things that happen and forgive. Because when you're doing these little things, you're saying, I've shedded the skin. I've gone through the year of the snake. I'm grateful for the shedding of the skin. I'm grateful for the things that I went through. I'm grateful for the lessons. I also still experience some very beautiful things because the snake still enjoys life, still experiences beautiful things, is still full of wisdom and healing and learning. But I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to move into the year of the horse, and I'm ready to create the life that I've always dreamed of, the life that I know I deserve, right? That's what you're saying to the universe. That's how we're going to begin to set the time up. So yes, the healing can mean that it didn't happen. It can be like saying that it didn't actually happen. But isn't that beautiful? That gives you a clean slate. That says that you are ready to move on. That you are ready to take your power back and create the story that you want. That you are ready to do all of the beautiful things that you've always wanted to do. That's exactly what that's saying. It's not taking away from the fact that yes, it did happen. It did. But you've honored it, you've healed it, you've worked through it. It's time to let it go. And if that means saying that it's as if it didn't actually happen, well then that's okay. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? In fact, I think that's absolutely beautiful that you're ready to move into that space. And like I said, this could be an absolutely amazing year for you, full of heart chakra healing and joy and love and all the beautiful things. Every time I've pulled a card, it says that this could be the year. Every single time I've had a reading with a client, it says that this could be the year. But that you have to do this, this, and this first. Every single client I've talked to, it has said that this could be your year. So this could be your year. Don't let those things be the thing that stands in your way. Let it be the story that empowers you. Let it be the thing that pushes you forward. Let it be the fuel to your fire to create a beautiful life, okay? Because you deserve it. You truly and completely do deserve it, all right? So without further ado, it is February, which means that we have a beautiful self-care, self-love workshop happening on the 27th of February. I'm going to put the link down below for you guys. Please do check it out. It is absolutely virtual, so you can do it from the comforts of your home. I also offer the replay for all of my workshops that you can go back and order. I have people that have ordered the January one and the December one as well, just to go back and do those workshops. The video is always going to be available for you, as well as this one comes with the Unlock the Love Within journal that I created a while back, but I actually tuned it up a little bit. So that's beautiful. It's going to be chock full of meditations, heart Reiki energy, and a little bit of Aphrodite energy chinkled into that. And if you're not so much into the workshops, that's okay. If you're like, Brie, I'd like a little bit of a reading. The reading this month is called the Self-Love Reading. It is a 4-card reading where we're going to dive in to your self-love. What is holding you back? Where are the areas that you need to work on in yourself? How can you bring more love into your life? And not only that, but how can you say I love you to yourself every single day, more and more and more? I will put the link for that below. And if that's not it, not enough, always, always come join us in our Patreon membership, because it is chocked full of meditations, weekly energy readings, all sorts of challenges, wonderful teachings, coaching, information, healing, lots of stuff, okay, that I put into the Patreon membership. So it's almost as if you're getting a little bit of sprinkles of Brie here and there, but it's a beautiful way for you to open up your spirituality. It comes, if you get into the Illuminating Within membership, it comes with the Unlock Your Intuition Within journal, which is an amazing journal, and I always have those available as well. So come and find me. You know where to find me. The links will all be down below. I hope that you truly have a wonderful year. I hope that the year of the horse is when your dreams come true. I am so excited for you. I think you can do this. I don't just think, I know you can. I believe in you. And if you needed that today, if you needed somebody just to believe in you, well, then know that it's me. I fully believe in you, okay? I love you guys very, very much, and I will see you guys in my next episode. Bye, guys.